What's up, guys? Got a question in, and this one's really different, and I'm glad it was sent in to me. I wanted to remain anonymous, so you shall remain anonymous, but hopefully this can help a lot of other people in your situation. The question was, I lost 200 pounds plus, and now I have an enormous amount of excess skin. And the person lost 200 pounds in about a year, which is, number one, congratulations, that's amazing. But they have an enormous amount of excess skin on their legs, on their inner thighs, upper thighs, arms, chest, and obviously abs, stomach region. Now, the question was, how do I, or can I, fix this without surgery? Well, yes and no. It depends on, number one, it depends on how much excess skin you have. If you have, and depends on where you have it. On your arms, if you're a male, I know this sounds weird, but if you're a male, you tend to have less excess skin on your arms than females usually do when they lose that much weight. And this a simple reason is men typically have bigger arms and can grow bigger arms and have bigger muscles than women normally do. But that's not to say that women can't grow big muscles. Anyway, so what you want to do is you want to fill in that extra skin with as much muscle as you can. And arms are typically pretty easy to do that with. Thighs, hamstrings, glutes, really, they're easier to do that with. Now with your abs, different story. I mean, your abs are only going to get so big, right? And what happens when you have an enormous amount of extra weight on you is that your abdominal wall, the rectus abdominis and the transversus, yeah, the band underneath. It stretches out. It actually deforms the muscles and actually can separate them, which doesn't allow the skin, it doesn't allow everything to kind of pull into itself. So what you want to do is you want to really strengthen up those abs if possible. You may have to talk to a surgeon to see if that's even possible without surgery. But definitely build up the muscle. You know, a lot of people, they stick to the cardio and they stick to the diet. Well, that's only going to do so much. You need strength training. You need to build in some muscle. You need to really do some crazy amounts of squats. You know, don't be afraid to use heavier weight. Lots of volume, higher frequencies. You know, don't squat once a week. Squat twice a week. And really, you know, don't be afraid to eat. You know how to eat right now. Add in some extra calories now from protein, and maybe start taking some creatine. Build in those muscles. Fill up that excess skin. And instead of you having to get surgery on your chest, arms, and thighs, and your abs, when you're done and you finally build up your arms, you build up your thighs, you build up your glutes, you build up your chest, to where it fills in the skin quite a bit, you may not even want the surgery. You may not even need it. But as far as the abdominal region, this is where the downside comes in. You are most likely going to need a tummy tuck and a body lift, because there's just, depending on how big you were, if you were 500 pounds, 600 pounds, even 400 pounds, depending on how tall you were, or 300 pounds, depending on how tall you are, you're going to have a lot of extra skin, and it can be very uncomfortable. You know, some people live with it, they deal with it, and some people it's just uncomfortable. It gets in the way of your own body, and you know, hygiene comes into play. You have to put powder on yourself constantly, and all these other things. But you know, I hope that answered your question. I hope that helps a lot of you out there. And if you have any more questions, man, let me know. Thanks, guys.